Lenihan Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and our Kings competitions. We're here. Jamie Moore, big day for you guys as well. Another edition. Signing a Pat Brown to Matchroom. Comes with this huge reputation from the amateurs. A lot of people looking forward to him turning pro, saying, look, he'll put bums on seats, he's a fan-friendly style. It's another one in the gym as well for you that you're looking after. How excited are you for the start of this journey? It could be special.
Yeah, of course. It's a lovely story. It comes from Nigel's Moss Side Fire Station Gym as well. So producing the next generation coming through, and he's an exciting fighter. He really is, and he's got a bit of everything. He's a bit of charisma. He's a good-looking lad. He's a big United fan, which is a good, massive plus for me.
Never mind.
But the main thing is he can fight. He can really fight, and not only that, he's exciting. You know, he loves to tear up. He can be a trainer's worst nightmare, but it's the fans love it, and you know, as time goes on, we'll certainly be making sure that defensively he improves to make sure that if he's in that sort of line of danger, he's making sure he's looking after himself the best way possible. But who am I to call someone for being involved in exciting fights? You know what I mean?
I was going to say, look, that'd be a bit pot calling kettle, wouldn't it? But I sort of spoke to Sam Jones about this. Manchester's often had this, like every area has it, like the evolution of fighters and things like that. The likes of yourself, obviously, the Ricky Hattons, the Anthony Crollers, they've all had big nights, and we've sort of got this opportunity now with the new arena to build a fortress there for someone. Now, not saying he goes in there overnight and fills it, but slowly building. And if he does tickets like what Sam's saying, could we be at the start of something very special?
I believe so. I think, you know, we're talking like 8-10 years really from when Crawler was filling the MEN arena, and they sort of come in dips and troughs like that. And what you're probably talking about are the kids, what was in the amateur boxing clubs when Crawler was on TV, and now getting to the point where they're all coming around turning pro, and they want to emulate that. And I remember doing it myself. I mean, I was around at the same time as Ricky. It was probably not a good time to be around, because there was only ever going to be one person who was going to be that guy, and it was going to be Ricky. And then we was on the back end of it, and we benefited in many ways by being on undercards and stuff like that. But we sort of looked at Ricky. Ricky was always in front of me in terms of where he was at from an amateur and then a pro. But I sort of looked at Ricky and went, God, if he can do it, I'm from the same type of council estate background as him. If he's the guy topping the bill, filling arenas, why can't I do that? And it gives you that hope. And I feel like Pat can be that guy now, you know. And we've got Connor Tudsbury, who's from Nigel's gym. We've got a kid called Alfie Middlemiss, who's from my amateur boxing club, who's turning over. And they're all at the same time, and they're all going to be able to be motivated by each other, going, right, let's create this next generation of Manchester boxing, and we're lucky to have them all in our gym.
I was going to say, I feel like it's been a while since we've had this influx. Alfie's obviously making his debut December 6th, Liverpool show. It's a good show, that, by the way, People's Fighters. And obviously your gym at the minute as well, the likes of Cameron Vong, who's out this week, and he's had a tremendous start to professional life. It's good times, I think, again, because I think there's always a big worry when you see these stars who look like maybe they're onto the back end now. Who's next? Who's the next crop? But we seemingly do have these next ones that are coming through. How pleasing is it for you from a trainer's point of view seeing this? And you know, you get to experience obviously Jack, who's at a certain level, but then Alfie, who's just starting out again, Cameron, who's made a start but still early on. You've got everyone at so many different levels.
Yeah, definitely. And it's not just us as well. You know, Pat Barrett over there in Collyhurst and Moston, they've got a good stable of fighters coming through. Anthony Croller is now established trainer himself, and he's got some good kids coming through. So his brother Will Croller is doing really well. So the conveyor belt of talent coming through in the Manchester area is massive, and I'm so glad and proud to be a part of it, because I know over the next 10 years there's going to be so many big nights in Manchester, and particularly like Pat Brown. The reason why we're here today, I'm really excited about it. But Connor Tudsbury he's going to go under the radar a little bit, maybe because of Pat, but he's going to be so exciting, so explosive, so a big, powerful guy. And that Alfie is really going to go under the radar because he's
an actor in it.
Yeah. So his dad was in Coronation Street, Phil. He was what was his name now? God, he's going to go mad.
Ian Emmerdale.
No,
What does he do? Is he in
Coronation Street?
Corey, that's the one.
He was in Coronation Street. Des Barnes he was called. He was Des Barnes in Coronation Street. So Alfie, he's done a bit of acting, but his passion's boxing. And he's lost his last couple of amateur fights, which I thought he won. But he's really going to go under the radar. And you speak to anyone in our gym, and they're like, he's probably the most improved fighter over the last 6 months. So it's so exciting for us all as a gym. But me, for Manchester boxing to be back on the scene like it was 20 years ago and 10 years ago now with Andy Crolla, gonna be privileged to be in a position to be part of it, but in a different way, being in the corner, seeing it all unfold, it's going to be brilliant.
Well, let's look ahead to this weekend. You've got Cameron Vong in a fight where I think when we originally spoke about it, it is a big step up, but you were quite keen to stress the point. Look, we're not taking a Gavin Gwynn because we think he's on the slide. We're showing the respect of sort of the level we believe Cameron's at, and that's the way we're looking at it. How's Cameron sort of been in the build up to this fight? I know it's fight week, so I'm sure he'll be bouncing off the wall somewhere because knowing his personality, but raring to go and in a good place.
He's bouncing, he really is, and he's so full of confidence, but it's sort of transferred into not that crazy type of confidence, but he's like assured in himself. And it's because of, if you look at his matchmaking, the way we've matched him up, he's got some really good lessons on board. 10 rounds in his 5th fight against Jeff Afora is by no means an easy task. And you ask anyone who's been in with Jeff Afora, he'll tell you, he'll give you a hard night's work. The lessons he's took on board from that are the reason why he's going to win this fight, but he's going to win it better than people will understand or anticipate that he will. And like I said to you last time in an interview, it isn't because we haven't got respect for Gavin Gwynn. It's the fact that we respect him and we know he's going to give him those tough rounds, because we're not. I'm not here to stroke Cameron's ego or to make him look like the next coming to Golovkin. I'm here to get him the lessons on board. Me and Sam agreed this when he first turned pro. Let's make sure we match him with good, difficult tests, because that way, by the time he gets to 12 to 14 fights, he's well ready for the step up. It's not like he's going to be getting in there and then learning the lessons, what he needs, after he's knocked 10 or 12 bums out. So we know how tough Gavin Gwynn is. We've got a lot of respect for him, but I know how talented Cameron is. He's also got a lot of dog in him if he needs to. I've seen it time and time again when he needs to. So he won't be in above his head, but he'll be in up until about his chest, and that's the point. I know he's going to get good lessons, but he'll come through it.
We always talk about Jack, so I think it's only right we've asked for an update. I think he's been ordered as a final eliminator with Barbosa. Yeah. Is there an opportunity though, if Parro and Hitchens, they're all under the same umbrella? I know people spoke about it off camera, and I think you've alluded to stylistically Hitchens and Cattrall may not be good, but Parro could do Australia, wherever. Really.
Listen, if Parro wins and that fight's available, even if it's in Australia, I'm pretty sure that Jack would jump at the chance. Also, no one knows what T.O.'s doing. If T.O.'s going to give the belt up, then I think, from a
vacant title.
Exactly. Yeah. If him versus Barbosa is the final eliminator now, T.O. gives it up, then why not make it for the vacant title? So there's a few different options. I think over the next couple of weeks we'll see how things pan out. Maybe the turning point will be whoever wins at the weekend with Parro and Hitchens. But I'm just glad that he's there or thereabouts now for that world title, which he's been itching for, and hopefully, I mean, it wouldn't be the end of the world if T.O. turned around and said, listen, I don't really know what I'm doing, whether I'm going to move up or whether I'm going to stay, and they made it for the interim title. Yeah. It's not the end of the world. I'd rather him fight for the vacant title, but at least it wouldn't be just a final eliminator again, because he deserves a title shot. Let's have it right. He's had some really good wins recently. He won the rematch with Josh, just beat Prograis, and then now he's going straight in maybe with Barbosa, who's just coming off the back of a really good win against Ramirez. So yeah, he deserves a shot.
Did you catch any of the Jake Paul Mike Tyson stuff? Did you stay out? Did you watch it? What did you do?
Highlights. Yeah. I'm such a big Mike Tyson fan.
Was it sad for you watching that one?
When I watched the highlights, I did. I felt upset watching it. I was like, this isn't right. And the only thing I can wish is that he got paid a hell of a lot of money for it, and he's happy. He got through it. He didn't get injured. And in all honesty, I saw the end of it, and I saw Jake Paul was sort of stood off him and didn't really go for it, and he's shown him a bit of respect, which I thought was nice. I don't know if I'm a bit like that about this YouTube stuff and Jake Paul and the way he's coming into boxing, but the sort of human instincts what he's shown that towards the end of the fight there, I thought was really nice.
Obviously, Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano put on a hell of a fight. By the way, that was worth staying up for just for that.
Yeah.
Now that Taylor's obviously progressed, do you think she'll go into, there's options, isn't there? I suppose she can do the Chantel fight, she can go back with Serrano. What would you like to see Katie Taylor do now? Do you want to see run back with obviously Chantel, and obviously you two had a great relationship for many years? Would you want to see that again? It's 1-1, isn't it?
I would love to see that fight. Katie v Chantel or Serrano, any of those trilogies, unbelievable fights, both of those fights for the first two. Chantel's really capable of beating Katie in a trilogy. There's a lot of people thinking that Serrano won the first fight and the second fight. I thought Katie just nicked the second fight. I thought she might have lost the first, but they were both really close. I'd like Katie to walk away.
Yes.
In all honesty, I would like her to walk away, because she's not a spring chicken anymore, and if she rematches Chantel or she rematches Serrano again, they're going to be hard fights. And at her stage and age, I just don't know if that's. I'm not saying she can't win. But I'm just saying, it can't be good in the long run. That it's a lot of miles on the clock. That, and they're very, very tough fights physically. So I just love to see. She's such a legend. She's such a lovely person as well. And I'd like for her to maybe have one more fight against a lesser opponent as a homecoming, as a thank you to all the fans, and just walk off into the sunset and just keep all the faculties intact and walk away with health.
It'll be interesting to see what she does next. Jamie Moore, appreciate your time. Thanks for always being generous with it, and we'll catch up soon.
Thank you.